In this video, I'll be sharing with you guys 16 things to check before buying that new smartphone. If you ignore any of these things, you end up regretting after buying that smartphone, and I don't want that to happen to anyone. The first thing that you need to check is your budget. You need to know the range of price that you are willing to spend before buying that particular phone. So I will advise not to use all of your savings to buy a smartphone. You need to have a budget, right? A budget that if you finish spending it, you still have remaining in your balance so that it won't affect you on the wrong run. So the second thing I have here is the operating system. You need to make a decision which operating system that you are going to go for. If you be going for the Android or the iPhone operating system, right? So you need to pick operating system that you love and you are willing to go with. For iOS, that is the iPhone, they have their own operating system in which everything is compatible, but Android and iPhone cannot send file, but there's a way around it. But these are things that you need to consider. The second thing that you need to consider, operating system. Pick one that you best suited for you. So if you are someone that's looking to get more gadgets like a MacBook and the rest, you can just go with the iPhone operating system. And the next one we have here is the processor. That is the chipset. So you need to pick a chipset that is going to perform the tasks, right? So what I recommend from 6 nanometer processor is good. Is good for minimum daily tasks, right? So anything from the 12 nanometer is a very very bad processor. So what I recommend, if you are someone getting if you're in a tight budget, ensure that the processor is at least 6 nanometer. It will help you in the long run, because how the nanometer goes is that from one is strongest, two is followed is second before one. So that's just how it goes right there. So the 12 is down below, down, meaning it will have less power. But if you have 6, 6 is stronger, 3 is strongest, 1 is the strongest right there. So that's just how this nanometer works. So how do you check the nanometer of a phone? You can just Google it, or you can go to GS Arena. You'll be able to find these details of that particular phone that you want to buy. So another thing that you can check is the RAM. The RAM is also very very important. So what I recommend, if you're buying a phone in 2026, what you should be aiming for is at least phone that have at least 6 gigabytes of RAM. Anything below that is going to frustrate your life. In the long run, it may be running smoothly in the first time when you bought the phone new, but in the long run it's going to start developing fault. You can start freezing, hanging, and that can lead to frustration. So ensure that the phone you're buying is up to 6 gigabytes of RAM. 8 will be better, but 6 is enough, right? So the next thing you need to consider again is storage. Storage is also very very important. So buy a phone that have from 128 GB storage space and above. This is 2026, and a lot of app are consuming spaces. Is not like like the olden days where apps they have lesser megabytes. Now we consume lots of megabytes, right? So ensure that the storage is up to 128. Anything below that, 64 right there, avoid those ones. So the storage should be at least from 128 gig and above, right? And the next one you need to consider is the battery capacity. Ensure that the battery of the phone that you're buying is strong. That is from 5,000 milliamp per battery and above is what you should consider buying, right? Also, another thing is the charging speed. This is very very important, especially if you live in Nigeria. You know how electricity works here. So the charging capacity, that is the charging speed, how fast the phone charges, right? So if you have phone that charges at 45 watts is a good one, or 30 watts, right? Anything above 20 is a good choice, right? So you'll be able to charge your phone quickly before they take light right there. So another thing you need to check also is the display. Display is also another thing. So they have so many types of display. We have LCD, AMOLED, OLED, full HD plus, and so many other things. That is also what you need to consider. AMOLED are ones that look, very, very deep black colors, and OLED, while LCD are ones that look light, right there, that usually find it in budget smartphone. And another, in the display sector, we also have the refresh rate. So anything from 90 hertz and above is a good one, right? So anything below 90 hertz, avoid that, because it will frustrate your life. It's going to make your phone to feel very, very slow, right? So from 90 hertz and above is a good one. Another thing you need to consider is the camera quality. Check how the video, how the videos of the phone look like, how the picture taking, how it look. Also night mode, how it perform in the night. If you are someone that shoots at night or take pictures at night. Another thing you check in the camera is the image stabilization, if it supports image stabilization. And the next thing you need to check when buying that new smartphone is software update. So this is also very, very important. If your phone receive updates every single month or years, you'll be able to make your phone to last longer, so you won't feel, you'll be getting new features when the update comes through. And popular brand that usually do this are usually the iPhone do this a lot, also Samsung and so many other brands. So it's also important thing to consider when getting a brand new phone that you're going to use for a very, very long time. Also is the build quality. You check for whether if the phone is built with glass or metal or quality plastic. You check if it has water and dust resistance for it. So for if you're someone that always goes swimming with your phone, ensure that it has this water and dust resistance, or even rain to protect you against heavy downpour. So, and also we have network. Ensure that the phone you're getting is up to 4G or 5G network, right? Anything below that, avoid that. Also, the phone you're getting should support security features like fingerprints, scanner, face unlock, and so many other things. To ensure that it supports all those things. This is 2026, and you need to have those particular stuff. Also, we have the audio quality. Check whether the phone is stereo speaker, meaning it have speaker in the top and bottom. That's a stereo speaker, or the phone has mono speaker, but stereo speaker usually sound better than mono speaker. And also you check whether the phone has um, headphone jack. If you are someone that usually love headphone jack, like the earpiece, you connect your earpiece through the headphone jack. You don't know what is headphone jack, so that's just headphone jack. If you're someone that loves using your earpiece, that's another thing that you need to check. Also, we have the connectivity lock for Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, NFC, for contactless payments, and USB-C. Right, so ensure that your phone has USB-C. Is also very, very important. USB-C is more durable in terms of the charger compared to the other flat charger ports, which we usually used on Android. USB-C is very, very, it lasts longer compared to other types of cord, right? And also another thing that you need to check is the brand reputation and warranty. Ensure that the place that you are buying this phone, that there is trusted brand, and they have warranty, so that if anything should happen to the phone before uh, the year runs out, you'll be able to return the phone, and they will return it, they will repair it or give you a new smartphone. That's how this warranty usually works. So these are top things you need to check before you buy a new smartphone. If you get enough value from the video, ensure that you give me a like and also subscribe to the channel. In this channel I drop tech reviews and other related gadget contents. See you in the next one.